Dom Link is playing Welcome to the Computer Doing well because I'm having a wonderful 21st June of 2025. We are back with some The Tower. So let's play The Tower. I'm excited. I am thrilled. I am ready to rock and roll. So let's fucking go. Okay, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Dom Link is here playing. Welcome to the Culture Show. I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful 20th of June of 2025. Today is late. It is 8:17, which is not that late, but we worked hard, and I'm a bit tired, which is such a good video. As you guys know, and I'm asking you guys for a lot. But if you guys have noticed, on the 19th June 2025, we answered a lot of comments, and I answered a lot of comments, which also gave me an opportunity to check my so on TikTok, on Instagram, these are the two I know, the requests for message, and these are when you're not friend with someone and they talk to you. And I've been getting a lot of you look tired, and I was looking at the video that I was making. I was like, you look tired, and I was like, I asked myself the question, why am I always tired? You guys know that I have dealt with mental issues, of course, which of course, see, I'm tired, so this is a bit harder to do, which is what we're talking about right now. Yes, there's time where you saw me, I've looked more tired. I've looked, what made me tired? This is the question, right? And it's weird because I was watching the videos. So the original thought behind this video, this is not making sense, but the original thought behind the video is like, okay, well, am I really looking that tired? So I started watching content that I did before, and I've noticed that yes, I do look tired. And then, like I said, I've been dealing with mental issues. This is a unbalance your metabolism, or your system, your whole system actually, and it takes a lot more energy, or you feel like you have less energy. From what I saw, from what I've read, because I did some research on the subject, not today, not for this video, in general. CDC, you know what's crazy? Right now I could be taking a break from making videos because the weather's not that nice. It isn't that nice. Plus I'm gonna have to wake up at 5 o'clock tomorrow to make some more video. So why are we awake right now? Oh, but I'm gonna be, okay, nice. I'm gonna be out. Yeah, I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be out and about someplace else, which is cool. I'm gonna go to, I don't know where I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go somewhere for the night sky and the morning sun. It's like I was saying before I interrupted myself. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's an imbalance, right? I was looking at how I was tired, and then a weird thing happened. When you watch your own content, or you watch a certain kind of content, or certain content creator, you'll be suggested, recommended some of these videos. So what we did, which is really cool, is we went to the gaming channel, and then a lot of my own videos was recommended, which is crazy because on my normal channel I get a lot of my other videos for my gaming channel to recommend it. So I don't know if the algorithm knows the same person. I hope so, because it's my fucking face. But yeah, so I was looking at how much less tired I've looked when I was working. Because you can tell the videos, you can tell by the dates of when I was working and when it wasn't working. And I was like, why am I less tired here? Right? And then I asked myself, we did a video last week, and that video was, am I working so much because I feel guilty of not working? which could be the case, right? And when I was working, I didn't have to feel guilty about anything because I didn't have to feel guilty. I wouldn't force myself to make a lot of videos, right? That could have been it. That could definitely be it. Was my life more balanced? That before we were talking about a chemical imbalance brought by depression, right? So could it be the case? Yes, it could be the case. It could actually be the case. But I feel like life in itself. So there's a couple of instances where I'm tired, and the whole purpose of the video is not like, oh, look at me, I'm so good, I'm tired. Is you're seeing tired people. You're seeing people that look tired, and it's not always negative. Oh, not always negative. I just watched a movie, Maurice Richard, which is a Canadian or French Canadian hero. He's a social hero. He did so much for French Canada, and he had to do so much, right? But then what he did has left fallouts of positivity through society till this day. Um, who knows what would be French if it wasn't for him? Like, in Quebec, it's sad because we don't have. Am I dreaming or there's cloud? Yeah, they're far a little bit. I don't know if I'll be able to film them. Sorry, we'll try. There haven't been that many superheroes. And when I say superheroes, I of course mean somebody like Martin Luther King. I'm of course referring to Lance Armstrong, Rosa Parks, people that have made a difference in society. So, and he possibly was tired. Am I comparing myself to them? No. Do I understand why they were tired? Yes. There's time where I don't have the luxury to, and I'm saying this in a very positive manner. I don't want people to be worried about me looking tired because most of the time it's like a positive thing. Am I comparing myself to these people? No. Am I saying that I might be doing it a difference? What if difference for myself? My apologies, that was disgusting. What if what if that difference was for myself? What if that was 4 years, even though I didn't accomplish much, I actually accomplished changing myself? What if the biggest change my content brought upon myself is maturing, becoming a better person? That'd be worth it, right? What if I told you could sacrifice 4 years of having less sleep? And when I say less sleep, it's not 4 years of less sleep. It's a couple of white nights of, or I don't know what you guys call it in English. White night is, when you don't sleep? When you don't sleep? Yeah. Yeah, you don't sleep and you go to work the next day. We had a couple of that. That's sacrifices, right? If I told you that you had to sacrifice a couple of days per month for 4 years to become a better person, would you do it? And if you wouldn't do it, then that's what does that have to say, right? There's this whole like, oh, would I rather be rich and sad or poor or happy? Yes, there's time when I'm tired, absolutely, but it's a good thing. I was talking about an imbalance. Now, with work, it was an imbalance of time, but at the same time, see, when I'm, it's insane, and this shouldn't be the case, but it is the case. When I'm talking about this, I'm talking about when I'm talking about how can I say this? When I'm talking about the imbalance, there's a plot in it. Like, for example, right? There's this self prison, there's self shackle, where you don't go out as much, you don't have as much social interaction, right? So you don't have that balance of my ID versus other people's ID, or you don't have that balance of my personal space versus other people's space. People that have brothers and sisters are way more apt at going through society than other people, just because they've had this forced training. I had these two friends, and it's a beautiful thing. So this is the craziest thing. There are two sisters, Anne-Marie P. Claude, and Marie-Claude and Anne, and Marie-Claude, she's older, but she got ADHD, and Anne, she's younger, but she doesn't have ADHD. And there's pictures. They're close in age. I think like a year, maybe a year and a half. And there's a picture where there's a very young Anne, and there's a older Marie-Claude, and you can see that Anne is taking care of Marie-Claude. So you see, even at a young age, she has responsibility. As a kid, you don't have that. You can teach a kid responsibility via chores, but you cannot teach them how to act in society. And then even then, you can tell about kindergarten, or this is a bit more this is a bit more complex, but you can talk about kindergarten, right? And how at 6 years old, this kid is going to go to a school, and then he's going to be learning social behavior. And when he's going to be learning those social behavior, he's going to be like, okay, well, this is my friend, this is not my friend, right? But then again, it's not perfect. There's never something that's perfect. Or when I was in kindergarten, I was 5 years old. I was already asked to take Ritalin, you know. So therefore, I was like a different kid, right? I didn't have the same experience. Did that change something? No. Did I allow it to change something? Absolutely. Did I? Did I? You see, I've often on this channel complained about, oh well, I was a kid with ADHD. I was treated differently. No, you treated yourself differently because you had ADHD. You treated yourself in a certain way because you're like, nah, dude, I can't do it. I cannot do it. No, you could do it. You just didn't give yourself the chance to do it, which kind of sucks, right? But at the same time, there's so much going on. There's so much that can happen to a young kid. For example, I had the divorce is something that affects a kid. I've had a neighbor that had a young child that was my age, but he wasn't there around a lot. So those social behavior, and when you get older, you realize that those social cue that you're supposed to learn when you're younger, you didn't get them, right. So when I was at work for 8 years, this is the place. This is weirdly the place where I've had to deal with people the most time. When you see your coworker more in your own family, and these are people that you don't necessarily want to see. So you have this balance, so you have this effort that is okay. Well, I have to be nice, because if I'm not nice tomorrow, I'm gonna have to deal with this problem. Um, and to me, that's an explanation as to why you put in effort, and because you put in effort, you see, I was watching something recently, and it was revenge procrastination, which is amazing. Revenge procrastination is so you don't sleep, right? And because you don't sleep, you're tired. Because you're tired, you don't do stuff, and you push them, and you push them, and you push them, and you push them until your last second, and then you do them. But because you did it at the last second, you didn't sleep at the time you were supposed to sleep, so you're tired as well, right? Which is the revenge part. You're self-sabotaging, which is amazing, because the brain, it's amazing that the brain, which is supposed to be the best thing in the body, in the anatomy, right? And we're the smartest beings on the planet, but it's still able to self-sabotage, right? You don't see monkey do that. You don't see pig do that. By the way, pigs are also very intelligent. You don't see an elephant do that, although elephants are very intelligent, right? Do you see a dolphin self-sabotage? No, they're one of the most intelligent beings, right? This is part of society. Mhm. Even when you're tired, in a perfect world, right? In a perfect world where you don't have a 9 to 5, right? Your body will tell you, I'm tired. So you go to sleep, right? And your body will wake up. In a perfect world, we don't have social cue for breakfast and dinner. So I'm hungry, I'm eating. I'm not hungry, I'm not eating. I don't care if it's 6 o'clock, I don't care if it's 12 o'clock. I'm not hungry, I'll eat when I'm hungry, right? Even as kids, the curfew, the sleep time, this is, as a kid, this was the craziest thing also. As a kid, my father was very lax with the rules. As a kid, I was in kindergarten, and I was sleeping at 7:30, and I remember this like yesterday. And then I told people at school, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're so lucky! I have to go to sleep at 6 o'clock." And I was like, "Yep, I'm lucky." And then all through middle school, so from 6 to 12, I had to go sleep at 7:30. And at 7:30, I remember, and this is some of the nicest thing ever. I remember being stuck in my room. I was told go to sleep. I couldn't sleep. Now in my room, I had a radio. In my room, I had books. In the summer, you can see now it's 8:30, so I still had lights. So what I would do is I would read, and I would do my shit, right? But I still had to pretend like I was asleep, and it was kind of cool, even as a growing experience, because you're like, well, I have an hour. I'm gonna go sleep when I'm tired, right? Well, technically no, because my father would go to sleep at 10:20, 10:30, and he would check if I'm sleeping. Bit late, dude. So for 2 3 hours, if I didn't get to sleep, I would do whatever I want. Or this I remember this is crazy. We had a basement in my this is actually a cool story. We had a basement, in my well, where I lived, my old house. I don't own the house, so it's not mine. And we we had a fireplace, and for winter they would always go to it would always go, and I was playing close attention. So what I would do is I would sleep on the other side of my bed, and I would put the light right, and we had a wood staircase, and the wood staircase was very loud, and we would go on the wood staircase, and I would put the light, and I would read Harry Potter or shit like that, and when I would hear them, and it's kind of funny because my father would always say, "Oh, my son, he loves to read. No, there's nothing else to do, you know." Which I did like reading though, and I would hear the wood staircase, and I would hear the cracks, and I knew that meant that they were coming up, so I would close the lights. I would close the lights. It was good times. I remember. This is so embarrassing. I had a Game Boy Advance, or Color. I think it was Color too. I was playing Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Yellow, right? I swear to God, I had stolen from my parents, of course, a lamp, a little lamp, and this is something that you saw so often. And I found a position. I was sleeping on the side. I would put. I would put. I was a desperate kid. I would put the lampshade in my mouth, and I would play the game, and yeah, that was the shit. That was the shit. That was the best time. And what I would do is I would save a lot. And what you do is it was a mathematics. So for example, your save file is 12 hours, right? And then you save, and then you say, okay, well it's 12:15. So I know it's this time, right? So all trick. Sleep has always been a problem, which is possibly catching up to me when I'm older, you know, or now because I'm older. But the imbalance, and this is kind of nice in a perfect, like I was saying, in a perfect world when your body's tired. But even then, you have shit to do. Even right now, I would be sleeping, but I got videos to do, right? And I got videos to do for another hours because after that we have our TikTok battles, and if I'm lucky, tomorrow's gonna be a good weather, which I think is gonna be a good weather, but I'm not sure. And we'll go out. See, right now, okay, so let me just check. See, right now it's a blessing. It's vacation. Okay, cool. Right now it's vacation because tomorrow's sun. Now right now it's vacation because give me a sec. I want to film the Ninja one. It's so crazy because when you look at the videos, there's always this turning scene, but it's because I cannot go like this, you know. So it's stupid a bit, but hey. So yes, right now is vacation for 3 days because of the poor weather, right? And the poor weather allowed me to wake up at like 8, 9 because I didn't have to catch the sunrise. You know, it was good. But now if I'm working because you know, guys know that I applied for a job and I possibly will get it. The schedule is 6:45 a.m. So I'm gonna have to wake up a bit earlier than usual. I don't know why. There's a period of the day that's harder. Like for example, staying awake until the sunrise, easy. After that though, and this is, I don't know. This is kind of, in a very weird way, it's self-imposed, right? You self-impose yourself with some timeline. You self-impose yourself with a self-schedule, right? That's also cool. And yeah, so for the tired, there's definitely a questioning about how, because technically speaking, taking care of your mental health is super important. And mental health is actually pretty easy. Eat a couple of meals a day, sleep well. Don't put yourself in a dramatic situation. Don't put yourself in a negative situation. If you know that something's bothering you, don't go back to that thing, right? And you'll be happy. As simple as that, right? I got a friend. She left. Her and her boyfriend broke up recently, and she's like, I still have feeling for him, and I was like, does he still have feeling for you? And she's like, no. So well, you know that he doesn't have feeling for you. Why you're pursuing him? So I don't know. Well, then you wonder why you're not happy, you know. But hey, That's another case of mental gymnastic. Let's call it. Um, as long as you follow these, you should be happy. You should be mentally stable, right? There's the when you're hungry, you're more aggressive. You can see, and this is kind of cruel because if you see this with diet people that have diets, they'll have. This is not about sleep. This is all about stabilization, right? Making yourself as stable as possible. You'll see people when they do a diet, they'll become very aggressive. They're not aggressive towards you. They're aggressive because they're lacking certain drugs, for example, sugar, for example, sugar, glucose. They're missing. Pretty much it, to be honest. That's pretty much it. My mom to help me lose weight, and this was also weird. My mom to this is what, for food I'm a weird guy. My mom to help me lose weight. She made me macaroni and cheese and some meat, and then like okay, well how does that help you lose weight? Well, she didn't put salt, and it felt bad. And even though it was delicious, no salt to me was almost not enjoyable. Why am I saying this is weird? Because when I have a craving for sweetness, I have craving for cookie dough. I don't know why. And when I have this craving for saltiness, it's fried chicken. So I don't know if those are my favorite food. Usually your favorite food because you're craving it, right? But at the same time, it could just be that it could be a couple of things. It could be that it's a schedule. Like every single week after work to celebrate work, the company buys you pizza. You don't really like pizza, but you like pizza, but it's not your favorite food. Although you're expecting it every single week. When it has happened, like I'm craving pizza. Why? Because you were expecting pizza. Your brain was scheduling a nice meal on that day, or you've had it recently and it's good, right? Also, where you are, it's highly dependent on whatever you feel. Where I used to. Again, my father's house, which is super close to my house. I don't know why it feels so far, but it's super close. The place we have was McDonald's. McDonald's was the fast food. It was the closest place. We had it also in Saint Hubert. And you see the difference between those two. It was right away. The McDonald's was a fast food, and McDonald's was like a quick meal, quick enjoyable meal. And Saint Hubert was completely different because Saint Hubert was more for parties and important dates, and so right away when you're like, okay, let's go to a restaurant, where we want to go? McDonald's. Okay, it's your birthday, where we want to go? Saint Hubert. So it's always about this mentality. It's always about these preconceived notion, and how you perceive it. You perceive it that way, you perceive it another way. It's all up to you. So with tiredness, and maybe it's that like that too. Maybe you're self-programmed to do stuff. For example, right now we're trying to film a sunset. There's not a lot of sunset. Yesterday, we were lucky. We caught a lot of clouds. So when I look at the meteo today, what you call it? The weather report. There you go. When I look at the weather report, I looked at the cloud, and I was like, okay. If I film at this time, it's gonna be good. And I was supposed to film at 12. Instead, I filmed at 3 o'clock because 3 o'clock was perfect. Which it's complex because then I'm like, okay, well, I have to charge the phone. But if I charge the phone, well, I either do some stuff on the phone, it doesn't charge completely, or I close the phone, and I lose some time, Instead, we did a bit of both, which is why we have some battery. We have 50 minutes left to do. And then I got my battles. See, the battles, what did they bring me? Nothing. But I'm used to watching them, right? And then it's completely crazy. It's completely nuts. For example, for a year, right? If you go to bed every single day at 10:30, right? And for some reason you were sick and you didn't sleep well, or you slept too much, right? Even if you're not tired, your body will send you to sleep at 10:30, right? But then, where's that balance? Your brain is telling you, right? We see that with women a lot when they reach a certain age. They have, the so-called baby fever or menopause. They'll have a higher libido, which means they're gonna fuck more because their body's saying, hey, you want to have kids, it's time. For dudes, it's younger and always thinking about sex. See? for do this quicker release. So think about sex more often until a certain release, which is programmed by multiple orgasm versus an orgasm. You know, which is tough, and it's kind of nuts because when you think about it, when you think about biologically speaking, right? Men's are not meant to last in bed, right? Am I saying I can't last in bed? No, I'll give you the best 45 seconds of your life. Don't worry about it. And you're programmed to have one release, right? Women are programmed to have multiple release. So like you'll come and come and come and come until the dude come, and when the dude come, that's enough. It's enough, you know. I'm not even gonna acknowledge that because it's been going on today a lot. You know? What do I care? We're making videos together. Who gives a shit? So yeah, so when you understand that, you're programmed for a certain way, one release versus waiting till the release, and that is big making in 101, right? When you understand that, it's crazy, and it's kind of nuts because can't believe this is like that. I just can't believe. Simple human nature, you know? It's beautiful. And it's been like that for millennium. It's gonna be like that for millennium after that. Right? This is why this is insane. I don't know if animals are like that. I don't know. But I know humans are. So back for sleeping. Your body will tell you like, hey, I need to sleep, or hey, I need to wake up, you know? And I mean, you impose yourself some schedule, you impose yourself some things to do. Oof, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I don't have a lot of time to. And when you sacrifice something, you sacrifice sleep, the first thing you sacrifice. Because, like, okay, well, I don't have a choice. So, you know? And then you sleep and you sleep and you sleep. And then, because you need to recuperate, you know? It's just nature, or human nature in this case. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. All you have to do is follow your body. But then your body doesn't dictate everything, you know. Society will tell you, hey, you need to do a 9 to 5, or you need to do a 5 to 12, or a 12 to 6, you know. And that's just the way it is.
Sorry. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, you told me what the
Where's
fuck am I doing here?
Cat? Where's Cat?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's gonna kill my bird.
Update. They weren't talking to me, they were talking to each other.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
let's see.
I apologize. Well, you're still shitty, but it's okay. So I've been looking tired, and you see, this is where kind of works. So I was working more when I was working and I was making videos. I was kind of working more, but my brain was able to convince itself that, hey, you're doing the good thing, because again, you have to work 7 to 8. When I make video, it's a want. When I work, it's a need. And my brain understands the difference between that. It's like, fuck your videos, go sleep, versus, well, you know what, you're tired but you gotta work, so fucking let's go, you know? Thinking about it is insane, because it's not the first concept you would think about. It's far from being the first concept you would think about. It barely makes sense, but somehow it does, you know? Somehow it does. So I was allowing myself to get more tired by working. And at the same time, this is nuts, because I remember days of working where I would work way more. I would do some 15, 16 hours. And then I won't even sleep 8 hours, you know? And I was wondering how I could do that. Maybe motivation played a factor. Motivation played a factor in a sense of this is giving you energy. See, it's a lot of different things. For example, a lot of people, when it's raining, they're gonna want to sleep because there's nothing else to do. And it's just, well, biologically speaking, it could be the case. You take bears, you take squirrel, you take a lot of animals. they go into hibernation. It could be weather related, could be. But then also weather related, we saw in the last couple of days there was a heat wave. I was more tired because it was so hot. And you spend energy, you spend calories, maintaining your body temperature. Your body temperature is at 37, usually. Because it's hotter, you'll get hotter. Your body will reach a certain temperature. I don't know how much you can reach. But then, even then, like I doubt it's nuts because when it's warmer, this is crazy. But when you're warm and you sweat, and you're sweating droplets and then droplets and then droplets. But then you're drinking a liter, 2 liters of water. You're not sweating 2 liters, right? So where does that water goes? Maybe self-preservation. Maybe self-preservation. Oh, schnitzel. You didn't tell me this time. Disappointing. You usually tell me when you stop. This close. I'm gonna be right back.
What? What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, self-preservation. Your body will tell you, hey, it's really warm. You need to have reserve of water. Maybe that's why. Or just people living. Ooh, this is actually interesting. So people living in high altitude. So people living in mountains and shit like that. They have a different. Well, it's not. It's not a different set of lungs. It's different for lungs for sure, because the quality of the air is different there. So you do that. Or also in Spanish countries or Mexico or Spain, the water isn't super good. So a lot of people, they're gonna come and drink the water. They're gonna have what they call a turista. There's an interesting thing with Spanish. I believe it was a battle with the conquistador, and the conquistador, how they won is they gave corn to the enemy. Now that corn in particular was not poison, but they gave him food poisoning, and because they ate it for so long, they didn't have a problem. They didn't have a problem with eating that corn. However, when the invader came in and ate that corn, so that's kind of crazy. That's kind of like the system, right? And then the quality of sleep. For example, if I'm obsessed with making content, of course I'm gonna have a lesser quality of sleep because I'm programming myself to wake up and right away go to work. I was talking to you guys about last week when I was really not feeling good. I was talking about the first thing that I mentioned was like, why do the first thing when I wake up is make content, right? Like that's what I want to do, And it's just tough. It's just really tough, in a sense of why. Well, the first thing you have to understand is how much sleep do you need. And people will say there's a general consensus for sleep. That's not true. It's not true. People say, oh, you need to sleep 8 hours. You do, but not everybody, because people are gonna be different for their activities. Older people sleep very little. Older people sleep very little because they do so little. They don't really sleep, right? Which I believe could be linked to a lot of old people having kind of mental issues because they're awake for so long. Your body will need. It's complex because when you go to sleep, in my book, you recover both physical and mental health. I don't know. Maybe your body doesn't need sleep, but your mental does, or maybe your mental does, but your body doesn't. There's time where you're awake and you're thinking, I feel like sleeping. You cannot go to sleep, right? What causes that? Oh, by the way, smart fun fact. I was watching TikTok today. I'm doing that movement. If you don't know what that movement is, good for you. if you know. And they were talking about how dolphin, their clicks was good for cerebral paralysis. And I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's an incredible. That's incredible, you know. Going back to why I always seem so sleepy, it's because I allow myself to get sleepy, you know. There's a bit of a lack of discipline in my part, of dude, you're tired, go to sleep. There's a bit of a greed there, of wanting to work more. There's a part of it that's a workaholic, right? But it's the workaholic thing is so weird because I have this plate of wood, and I have a nail, right, and I have a hammer, right. I'm a workaholic. No matter what, I'm gonna nail this piece of wood. Technically speaking, it'll take 2 or 3 hits with a hammer. Nail is in, right? But then if you want to make sure, a fourth, a fifth, and if you really want to make sure, a sixth or seventh, right? But if you do it 20 times, yes, you're working, but are you really working, right? This is where the workaholic is coming in. With the workaholic, and this is every single thing of ism, workaholism, shopaholic. You feel like they need to shop, and you need to shop, and you need to shop, and you need to shop, even though you don't need stuff. The alcoholism, the incapacity to be, to not drink, right? Capacity to not drink. Imagine, and every single other drug is only this one that has ism, right? Why? Why? You know, that's to me it's weird. To me this is weird. But then again, if you look at alcohol, which is also something crazy, somebody took a fermented fruit that was not good to eat, squashed it, and drank it. This is not how it happened, of course, but yeah. So I believe what happened is they saw monkeys acting all fucked up, and the monkeys, they have this knowledge of if a fruit is fermented, it will make you act funny. So what they do is they get drunk. They get drunk. See, this is insane. Monkeys are so close to human beings, they'll get fucked up. Imagine the road to being closer to the humankind, which is the supreme race of Earth, was to get fucked up. Right? Would that be crazy? But then you see monkeys that have a facility to learn, and this is also beautiful because those gorilla macaque, what you call it, orangutan, they have this knowledge to learn like sign language, right? And this is a beautiful way to communicate. See, animal could talk. Animal could talk. They just don't have the vocal cord like humans. For example, if you see a parrot, the parrot's super smart. It'll just reproduce the vibration that you do with your mouth. Right? Is there a certain knowledge on what he's saying? I don't know. Like, for example, it's kind of, when you think about it, it's kind of cool. So a bird, birds are surprisingly intelligent. Some of them are very smart. Some of them are stupid but smart. So for example, there's this, back in the days, we used to use, not in my days, thank God, I'm not that old, thank you. We used to use pigeon carrier, right? And pigeon carrier, they have something in their beak, right, that make them know the north. So that's how they direct themselves. But even then, you take a crow, super smart. You take a raven, extremely smart. You take a parrot, and then you say, okay, well, the parrot can talk. Is the parrot able to talk, or is this reproducing sounds? And I know what you're saying. Whenever a parrot says, Coco wants a cracker, right, he knows what he's doing. Well, technically yes, technically no. There's dogs that are a lot less, I love dogs, I'm a dog person. They're a lot less smart, right? And the dog will have buttons, and they'll learn that, okay, well, this button will give me treats. You know? Is he smart as the parrot? As the parrot? No. Parrot's in French. I don't know why I said it in French. We did watch a French movie today, which was good. It was really good. So yeah, for sleep, lack of discipline. Go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. You know. It's just a way to think about it. It's just a way to think about it, you know. But then at the same time, it's so fucked up because you're like, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. If I'm forcing myself to go to sleep but I'm not sleepy, is it better than stopping myself from sleeping? Right? There's an unbalance somewhere, which is putting your child to bed too early or too late, right? Your child, which is the simplest thing, your child will believe you. If you tell the child go to sleep at 9 o'clock, the child will stay up until 9. Or be tired, but will stay up till 9, because you told him to do so, and he believes you. You know, definitely a part of the brain. Brain activates and dictates how you sleep, how you wake up. Alarm clock. Alarm clock is destructive because you're mid-sleep. You're not done sleeping, but you wake up, right? Imagine the person who invented alarm clock, which is absolutely phenomenal. Their plot was like, hey, I'll wake up at a certain time, right? I have to wake up. And the worst thing, this is the craziest thing also. An alarm clock will disrupt your sleep, and it will be terrible for your sleep, right? But a rooster will sing. So the farmers, what they used to do is they would have one rooster, because the farmer would work, and this is all documented. They would work from sun up to sundown. That was their shift, right? And at sunset, there was nothing they could do because the animal was sleeping, and the plants didn't need water because they didn't have. See, the water for the plants is both photosynthesis, which is the effect of having energy, which takes energy to transform energy, but also water in itself, because it's also the sun in itself, because just like you, and they have to cool their own body. They have to cool their own body, which is, you know, I've had courses because my father used to live on a farm. I've had courses on how certain flowers belong together and other flowers don't belong together. My father had a raspberry plant, right? And he would put those fucking ugly flowers. They were fucking ugly next to them, and I remember I was like, yo, I don't like it, you know. Why do you put it there? Well, this will bring bees to bees, so they can make sure that we have raspberry, which was clever, you know. And my father would get mad at squirrels because he had what's it key? Hazelnut tree, and the hazelnut tree, the squirrel will always come and pick it up, right? But if you have a vast field, this is the things. Even if you look at worms, they used to be a blessing, because what they would do, which is unbelievable. So a ants would do a tunnel in the dirt. A worm will do a giant tunnel. And this was good because the water would go in the tunnel and feed every single plant and every single root. So it was really, really good. And yeah, but then at the same time, a worm didn't have that much of a lifespan to begin with, so they would die, and they would put compost for the plants, right? So it was good. That was good. You know, this is all thing that you learn. Yeah. So back for sleeping, because side tangent, and last side tangent. Of course, this is natural human being, but if there's behavior and if there's the brain and how it works, right? I'm actually impressed. They didn't give me shit. See, I was wrong. I don't know yet. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong about them. Maybe there's just this period of getting used to. Like, this guy, no matter what we do, is gonna talk, he's gonna yap. Right? There's just life. No matter what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna stop you from streaming. Oh my god. Oh my god. I have very different parents, right? My mom, she saw a video. She's like, what are those people screaming? And I'm like, don't worry, mom, they just drank. It's like, listen. My mom said, just lock the door. I said, okay, mom. And then my father saw the video, and he said, next time they scream at you, I want you to film them. So when I go, I'm gonna go to your building. I'm gonna talk to them. So you're crazy, man. Don't do that. You know, it's just a different, very different mentality, which I adore because this is how I was raised, right? I was talking about sleeping, yes, and there's also this part of yes, feeling guilty. So feeling that you don't work, and because you don't work, and I meant what I said. There's a part of me that was like, hey, you're not working, you need to work. This is how you're raised. You know, you're raised. I was raised in a fucked up way of school is your job. I have my job, school is your job. If you want to feed the family, you have to go to school. And it's like, oh, okay, my God, I need to go to school. You know, couldn't skip school because I had to feed my family. This is how I was raised, right? So I think there's this subconscious way of actually subconscious need to work. This subconscious need to do something. Maybe it's the ADHD also. This need to move. The way your brain is wired is different, right? But then at the same time, it's so weird because it is so weird. It doesn't make any sense. There's been years where I wasn't working, and I wasn't making content. I was playing video games. So where did I get my fulfillment of work? You know. I don't know how this works. And there's also a part of me that likes being tired. You see, this wasn't my explanation, but this just came to me. Today I was working out, and yesterday we worked out, we had sweat. And today we worked out, we had sweat. And I didn't feel satisfied because we used to work out 2 months ago, and my workouts were much better. And I was like, oh, I need to get back into the groove of thing. I need to be achieving what I was achieving. That way, in 2 months, I'm going to be achieving so much more, you know? And it's stupid because, you see, mosquito. It's on the phone. It's on the phone. It's smelling me. Come on. I want to step back my phone. It's in between. There you go. Didn't even get it, but I caught you. I didn't even get it, but I caught you. See, and this is nuts because this also makes sense. I should have been satisfied I was sweating, right? I got it. I should be satisfied I was sweating. I should be satisfied, but I'm not. Why? And it's crazy because, like when I'm working out, right? Sweating is your body reaction to effort, but it's also your body. Okay, so this is a question of perception. This is not true. This is not factual. This is a question of perception. Your body. Oh shit. I don't know if I did it for a while. Your body will also tell you, hey, you're sweating. That means you're exerting yourself. You're exerting yourself a little bit too much, or in a good way, right? You would see fucking bodybuilder. They go to work out, they don't sweat. They don't sweat because their body is used to it, you know? I challenge you to find a video of 2025 with Sam Sulek where you're sweating. You won't. There's so many of them. Today, it was nuts. I had flies on my legs. Flies. Because of the dead meat that is this itching. You know? But yeah, so with the sweating, I should have been happy. With the tiredness, it's not tiredness, it's repeated tiredness. So it's every single day where I'm at like, okay, well, you should go to sleep. No, let me do one more. Let me do 2 more, you know? And then, even though we don't have a clear schedule, my schedule is super simple. 5 o'clock in the morning for the sunrise. 2 o'clock, because I got people in the live. TikTok live. And then 9 o'clock. Well, 8 o'clock, sorry, for the sunset. This is my schedule. I'm not gonna wake for these 2, for these 3. I don't care. It's bad because those 3 are a major part of the day, you know? And this is crazy because these are my work schedule, right? My leisure schedule is from 9:30 to 12. Because I got my TikTok matches. And it's nice because I get to stream doing that. So I get to stream some Fortnite, which is You know? I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue. I don't know. Something has to give, you know. But what gives? And what is the first thing to give? And why is it the first thing to give? I think as human we have this huge problem where we think we need something when we don't. I was talking about shopaholic, workaholic. I was talking about alcoholism. A obsession with something that we don't need. You know? With alcoholism is a bit more though, because it's physical. It's physical. So shopaholic, when you look at it, it's kind of crazy, right? With alcoholism is the first that's non-natural. So alcohol is natural in itself, but you know what I mean. So with a shopaholic, it would be a ingrained in our DNA of we are. When you look at the cavemen, you look at two people, the hunter and the berry pickers. Berry pickers, and it's a it's not necessarily collecting, but it's like harvesting. It's like harvesting. It's like putting things aside, so you constantly feel like you don't have enough. Like for example, in my case, if you saw my my walk-in, there's so much food. There's so much fucking food, you know. It's not a question of do I have enough. I do have enough. Collector, I guess. But not collector in the sense of I need to have a collection. Collector in the sense of I need to have a bunch of stuff. Like orders. Orders is a sickness where you feel like this is important, this is important, this is important. And you have this uneasiness to separate yourself as something, you know? Or a lot of people with weight issues because they weren't allowed to eat certain meals as a kid. So then they feel like they have, you know, I don't know. In the workaholic, also traces the DNA of always trying to find something and always working. See, I don't know how true it is, but I've heard that back in the days, like the 1700s, the 1800s, people didn't live that old. So maybe because you have a shorter time on the planet, maybe you're supposed to. How can I say that? You're supposed to do more the time you have. But even this perception is flawed. You're not supposed to do enough. You're not supposed to do more with the time you have. You're supposed to do the same amount of things with less time, you know? There's always this question. Like, oh, I wish that they had 25 hours. If they had 25 hours, would things change for you? And in most cases, no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't change. Because you got this perception of all I'm doing is important, you know? Like tomorrow, they just told me that there's gonna be a warming, and I'm gonna get the answer for the job tomorrow. So this is important, you know. Now also, there's this feeling of how crazy would it be if I always believed that content creation wouldn't work, and the reason why this is thinking out loud, brainstorming together, right? What if it was all a reason? Or simply a perception? Let's go with perception, why not? Let's go with perception, why not? Last time, let's go with perception, why not? What if it was the feeling of you're gonna have to go back to work one day, and when you go back to work, you're gonna have less time to do stuff. But you know, it's so different. That is so different. And again, I'm not complaining. Life is what it is, right? But I'm seeing a very young Ink 3 years ago, okay? And I see this passion to make videos. And this passion to make videos because, holy shit, you know? This is brand new to me, first of all. Second of all, I have time to do like 8 videos per day. I think those 8 counts, you know? Right? So the reason as to why I was watching videos is, first of all, because I fucking love myself, duh. But second of all, which is the real reason, somebody came to me and it was like, holy shit, this is a rare can of Monster. I thought that guy was full of shit, to be honest. He told me this is a rare care. This is a rare kind of monster. What do you do with a can? I fucking drink it, bro. What do you think? But when I went to Google and he was right, it was rare. I told this story before, right? And then I fucked up because back in those days, this was before my talk with Janice. Janice is the one that convinced me to put product picture on taste tests. That's why the whole of the beginning is there's no pictures. There's no thumbnail. And there wasn't a month again. How do I feel about doing a thumbnails? I don't know. Doing a thumbnails. You see, for somebody like me that doesn't edit. Wow. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but for someone like me that doesn't edit, doing a thumbnail is the most professional shit I do all day. You know? You know? So it does feel more professional. It does feel like we're not there's this desire of, like, for example, what I love is somebody like, well, it's different, somebody like Outdoors Boy, you know, who's gonna go for 3 weeks to do one video. All he has to do is one thumbnail and the rest is just footage, and there's montage, and this guy is crazy because he brings in GoPro. Now, just for your information, a GoPro batteries will last, well, I don't know, mine lasts at 2 hours, 3 hours at the most. Yeah. It's not great. It's not great. It isn't great. It's not great at all. How does he do it? He brings 20 batteries, right? He was talking about how much place he took in his bag. It's like he was talking. He did one interview, and he was like, "There's the survival side and there's the production side, and the bags are almost as full, you know." But yeah, so finish this video because we're almost at 1 hour. I can only do 1 hour per videos for TikTok. Otherwise, thank God, imagine the number of videos I would do of 14 hours. You know I can do it, bro. Don't fucking test me, bro. I'll do it. I feel like it sucks. Still being tired all the time. It sucks. It's really tough. And even when you rest, you don't feel like you're resting. Like, this is stupid, but when I was young, my parents wake up, have a breakfast, have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, cup of tea, have a cup of something. If I ever have some merchandise, I'm gonna have a cup of something, which is gonna be a cup of I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna find something, you know. Cup of noodle, cup of something. Sounds good too. It sounds really good. And for them, waking up was okay. Well, for my father, it was grabbing your journal. For my mom, it was like watching her show. My mom actually didn't have like a morning routine. My mom didn't have a morning routine. My mom was waking up. If we had to leave at 8:30, mom was waking up at 8 o'clock. That was her morning routine. I got to sleep in. My father was like, no, I'll wake up 2 hours before. They fought so often because of that. I missed it. They fought so much because of that. Because in the book of my father, mom was always late. But in my book, my father was always early. So my mom was in normal time, but she was late for him, you know. I don't have that ritual. Because I don't have that ritual, does it feel like I wake up? No. Then again, I'm gonna fucking do scroll TikTok, scroll Instagram, go on Pornhub. Good plan actually. But no, I'm gonna have to make content, you know? It sucks. but it's also very positive. Very, very positive. It's going on the phone because it's. I fucking missed it. Missed it. It's yesterday. I killed a mosquito, and it had blood in it, so I think it's my blood. I was like, oh yeah, cool, my blood on the wall. Which is not the first time. Not the first time. It sucks to be asleep always, but I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up one day, and I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm done making content. I'm gonna be watching my content, or I'm gonna have kids, and say, what the fuck was that talking about 2 years ago? When I'm looking at those videos, I'm gonna be how tired I am, and I was like, holy fuck, I worked hard. It's a sense of pride, right? Now, how worth it is to be prideful versus being tired? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. And that's the fun of life. You never know. What I do know is this is it for this video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Don't blink if you blink. Welcome to the Culture Show. Because I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day. This is another another video for the gaming channel. This is numero 3 of 2 days. You're gonna find me extremely annoying, but we are still talking about Gundam G Eternal. So I gotta say, I was lucky enough, extremely lucky, to be one of the first guys to play it. Not because I'm popular, not because I got an access code, no, because I played when it released. I got a version of the game and it's recorded, so that's good. And I got another version of the game, which is right now. I gotta say those improvements they made, how they show the passive skills, how they show that there's more music. They're playing a fucking song when you're battling. It's just so good. Once again, G Eternal is phenomenal by the fact that it's a piece of history. Literal history. It is everything that you want. For example, you know, with the only one I can see doing that is One Piece kinda. The reason why One Piece kinda is because One Piece kinda has shitty graphic. So you look at the first season of One Piece and it's completely different. If you look at Bleach the first season, and if you look at Bleach so never mind. Okay, if you look at it ended when? It ended with the Arrancar War, right? So if you look at the Arrancar War, if you look at the first episode, it's the same thing. If you look at Naruto, the first episode, and you look at Naruto, the last episode, it's the same thing. Now Boruto looks better, that's of course, but still. So the testament of time is by how shitty it looked, and how different it looked. You know, I just got a new. By the way, I was looking for my favorite Gundam. Oops, my phone is too hot. It's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us. I'm getting destroyed by mosquito. You're gonna be hearing me complain about mosquito, but I live a good life, and this is the biggest, and I do mean the biggest. Oh shit. The fuck? It's okay, weird. It's coming from the freezer, so probably the ice just melting. Yeah, so it's such a good game, and it's such a good game. Like for example, I didn't like the first season, but now it makes more sense. Like for example, the fact that you took a civilian and you made him a killing machine, and he wasn't okay with that. The fact that he saw enemies that he respected enough to be like, yo, is this the enemy? The fact that you don't ever know with Gundam who's the enemy. Like for example, my favorite Gundam so far is Gundam Seed, and Gundam Seed, you're the enemy, you know. So with that game, it's just phenomenal. And I'm sorry to say, a lot of the gacha, they're gonna be 5 players. You go against somebody. With this one, it's so cool because you're literally on a battlefield. It's literally like a tactic RPG. What I do is I do auto. Now I have some great news for Gundam. I got some amazing news for Gundam. Possibly the best news ever. I told you guys how uncomfortable I felt with Gundam. Reason as to why is super simple. Gundam is my very first playthrough with no commentary, right? I told you guys that multiple of them already. I didn't feel comfortable with that. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to check out every single series. I'm going to give you my general ID. What I'm going to do also is I'm going to go on the fan page of Gundam, and I'm going to be reading the fan page for this series. Mosquito. I didn't get him. I'm slow as fuck, boy. Oh hell no, way. So yes, we could be doing this series and series after series after series, because again, and I miss it again. The fact is, even at my best, I don't know much about Gundam, and I'm sorry to say, I'm very sorry to say, I don't know yet. But for now, from what I've seen from Gundam, I'm not tempted to be watching the series. Not because it's not good, but because the game in itself gave me enough satisfaction for being it. Right? So I'm not sure. Maybe in the next season, the future season, I'll be like, this shit is so good, I have to watch it. Honestly speaking, I was a huge fan of Seed. Seed really, I really liked it. The first series, because aesthetic wise, it's not good enough, you know. But at the same time, such a good game. And I mean, there's a strategy to it. I was a bit nervous because I really grinded the first 3 weeks. I really grinded, and I got my full level. I know it's gonna be more than that. By the way, there's something weird that happened. Very, very weird. We have a second Gugyo. So the guy that I get for free, the guy with the horn, we have a second one with the shields. I don't know why we didn't get him the first time. So to me, this is kind of weird, but hey. Yeah, it's just fun. Right now, we're having a lot of fun with it. We did a boring part already, which was the training stage, which was 17, which gives you 1,700. We got a new one. My favorite Gundam, by the way, is Builder. Love the Builder. There you go. I got you. Motherfucker. I got you. You were trying to, and there was no blood, so it didn't bite me yet. I don't know if you say that mosquito bite you or didn't bite you. I don't give a single fuck. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna continue playing the game. Right now, this is my favorite game. There's another one, and there's another one which is Summoner Wars, Rush, which sounds amazing, but I don't know how much I'm gonna like this game. Right now, we're focusing on Gundam, because Gundam right now is super easy. And a couple factor. It's fast, it's simple, but you get level up, so you get your energy back. So you know. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Salut, c'est ton chuming. C'est bien, j'espère que tu passes une belle journée en ce 20 janvier 2025. Aujourd'hui, on s'est fait un petit film québécois. On fait une petite revue au français de France. Non, français de Montréal, c'est ça. Puis je suis fier, mais extrêmement fier de vous parler d'un film que j'ai grandi avec. Un film qui parle d'un héros québécois. Un héros. Non, c'est pas de la vigueur. Non. Maurice Richard, c'est un héros, ça? Oui, merci. Fait on a vu un téléfilm Maurice Richard très dernièrement, aujourd'hui. Puis j'en parlais parce que c'est drôle, on parlait de travail, puis d'économie, puis d'anglais, puis en français, puis je parlais de Maurice Richard. Fait que Maurice Richard, le film en tant que tel, moi, sincèrement, le hockey, ça m'intéresse peu. Je suis pas un sportif. On m'a dit que j'allais faire 5 et 4. J'ai dit le sport, c'est non. C'est trop de bris de cœur, c'est trop de peine et de rage antérieure, non contrôlée, tu comprends? J'ai fait le film, puis je vais vous avouer que c'est un film que j'ai adoré. Tu sais, quand je pense à des héros québécois, malheureusement, je pense à Pat Béliveau, je pense à Louis Cyr, je pense à... Je dis Pat Béliveau, mais c'est Jean Béliveau, puis c'est Patrick Roy. Oupsies. J'en pense pas tant que ça, là. Tu sais, puis même Louis Cyr, je m'excuse, le film, j'ai pas tant trippé sur le film que ça. C'est un bon film, sauf que c'est... Faut pas tripper, là. Je trippe plus sur Ménage à 3 avec Martin Matt que... Ça, tu sais, moi dire. Mais j'ai vraiment trippé sur le film. J'ai vraiment trippé sur le film parce que c'est quelque chose qui est plus... Comme je dis, un trou de cul. C'est quelque chose qui est plus récent, tu sais. Moi, j'ai pas vécu, mon père l'a vécu un peu, mes grands-parents l'ont vécu. Tu sais, c'est pas mon arrière-grand-père a vécu dans la grande misère, mon arrière-grand-père, je sais pas c'est quoi le reste, puis mon grand-père Je sais pas. Malheureusement, mes aïeux, j'aimerais ça regarder plus, ça fait trop longtemps. 3 trois slaps de Joe Louis, ici, ça y est là. Ça se mérite, mon chum. Et un maringouin de moins. Génocide de maringouin aujourd'hui, bro. C'est ça qui se passe. Fait que le film en tant que tel, super bon. Écoute, je suis pas un gars de hockey. Tu sais, le film de Maurice Richard, oui, c'est du hockey, mais c'est plus politique que hockey. Puis c'est pas politique. Puis tu sais, c'est. Ok, on va le met comme ça. Ok. J'ai trouvé sur le film parce que c'est pas hockey, c'est politique. Malgré que je veux aujourd'hui faire une pétition. On va faire une pétition pour que Radio Canada rapporte Demain des hommes. C'était tellement bon cette affaire-là. Je sais pas ce qui c'est arrivé, c'est tellement bon. Ils ont fait ça pourquoi? Je sais pas. Mais comme je te disais, c'est pas hockey, c'est politique. Puis quand je te dis c'est politique, ben c'est pas vraiment politique, c'est social plus que politique. C'est différent, ça vaut la peine, ça. C'est vrai? Fait que là, j'écoute le film. Je connaissais l'histoire un peu, tu sais. Comme de quoi Maurice Richard il s'est vraiment battu. Mais j'ai vraiment trippé sur les personnages. J'ai vraiment trippé. À part le beau-frère, là, il m'a fait chier, le beau-frère. Le beau-frère, il m'a fait chier pas un peu, là, tu sais. Ton fameux gars. Ouais. Ton fameux gars, il était une fois, là. Je t'ai bien aimé dans une fois, mais reste là-dedans, mon chum. J'ai pas trippé là-dessus. La femme, c'est fantastique. Le père de Maurice Richard, le beau-père en fait, qui était un petit peu trou de cul, mais c'est comme ça que les hommes du Québec on était. Tu comprends? On était des gens aigris et pas très bien commodes, comme ce qu'ils dirions. Le grand-père lui-même dirait qu'il serait pas commode. Tu comprends-tu ce que je veux dire? Fait que, mais le film en tant que tel, c'est que tout le monde il a pas cru à. Puis je vais pas être méchant, man, mais tout le monde qui disait, ah ben, Maurice est trop fragile, Maurice est trop petit, tu sais. Ça fait penser un petit peu à Seabiscuit, là. Tu vois? J'ai d'en tuer une autre. Puis il y en a une, je sais, direct ici. J'ai en tué 4 en même temps ici. Je te jure, je me fais mordre, là, ça n'a pas de sens. Je le sens sucré parce que je suis gros. Tu sais. Un petit peu de Louis Cyr en moi, faut croire. Et c'est ça, fait que, tu sais, Maurice qui fait que, malgré tout ici, malgré toutes malgré toutes les, je te dirais, le monde qui était contre lui. C'est quand même débrouillé, là. Puis, je m'excuse, il y a beaucoup de gens que j'adore, qui sont ses chums dans le film. Mais mon personnage préféré, bien sûr, c'est Maurice, bien sûr. Mais mon deuxième personnage préféré, moi, c'est le coach ici. J'ai quasiment broyé quand le gars, l'anglophone, qui disait les fucking Frenchies, là, les fucking pea soup, là. En passant, regarde-moi ça. 2, 6, 3. On va rentrer dedans, je pense. On va rentrer dedans, je pense, parce que je suis tanné. Hey, les jambes, là, ils me sont martelées de morceaux, là. Lui, c'est le seul. Puis il disait pas, il a pas parlé du passé. Il parlait du futur. Il a dit comme de quoi que si le monde ne parle pas français aujourd'hui, dans 50 ans, le français serait mort. Maintenant, c'est pas vrai. C'est pas parce que si tu regardes en Afrique, ça parle français. Si tu parles en France, si tu regardes en France, ça parle français. Mais au Québec, il va être mort. On veut pas ça. Je vais essayer de le dire, mais bien. Le film, je l'ai vu quand je l'ai vu quand il est sorti au cinéma, là. C'était au cinéma, genre comme ça, là. Longtemps là-dessus, là. Mais, ouais, on a vu le film quand il est sorti. Un. Un. L'autre, je suis sûr. Deux dans le mort. Je suis tanné de me faire manger tout rond, c'est ça. Là, on oublie quoi? On oublie ça. Et là, on oublie ça, puis c'est fini. C'est que
What's up la gang? C'est juste.
bon.
What's up la gang? C'est juste. What's up la gang? C'est juste pour vous dire de pas oublier de vous
Degustation Dollar Emma.
qui m'a tant été demandé par vous le chat.
Tic. Tic. Tu. Fucking mosquito.
Moi, dans le fond, je travaille comme transporteur. OK. Je fais du client aussi dans mes temps libres. OK. C'est un gars bien supplémentaire. Vous générez des revenus avec TikTok. OK. Et vous générez des revenus comment avec TikTok? Dans le fond, TikTok, ce qui arrive, c'est que c'est comme des battles. Il y a une équipe qui se bat contre une autre équipe, dans le fond, parce qu'on a des teams. Puis quand une team se bat contre l'autre, ben, c'est des cadeaux pour eux.
Je suis pas bonhomme. Je suis pas bonhomme. Non? Oh. Non. Avec tout le respect de cette cour. C'est de la merde. J'ai rien fait. Y a pas de preuve. C'est des oui-dire. Je sais pas là, je sais pas pour. Mais ça vaut pas grand chose là. C'est mes petites affaires. Ok. C'est des preuves. On était ensemble. Puis, je sais pas. Ensemble, tu travaillais pas.
Salut, chef inspecteur, j'espère que ça va bien. Écoutez, il y a beaucoup de vidéos que je vois du monde qui vont fêter la Saint-Jean-Baptiste. Il n'y a pas grand-chose à fêter. Québec est corrompu, Québec est mort, Québec est tout ça. On a un premier ministre incompétent, puis acheté tout ça. Je suis d'accord avec vous. Au lieu de faire ça, parce qu'on s'entend qu'il y a du monde qui travaille beaucoup pour pouvoir faire une belle célébration dans votre municipalité, ça serait triste de voir que vous avez moins de monde qui vient de participer. Donc, moi, j'irais peut-être plus sur un autre approche. Genre, peut-être prendre le drapeau du Québec, OK? Tu sais, on remplace les carrés bleus par des carrés noirs. Ça, c'était la première option. Deuxième option qu'on peut prendre, c'est
Encore les dessus? Il y en a? Oui, c'est ça le Québec moderne. Tu. Cool. So tired, dude. Holy. Oh ouais, explosé mon homme.
Même pas bu d'alcool au party, vous pouvez demander à mon chum. Pris une goutte pour écouter. J'ai même pas bu d'alcool au party. Même pas bu d'alcool au party, vous pouvez demander à mon chum. Pris une goutte pour écouter.
Look at this.
Ben, sans fouiner, tabarnak. C'est ça que tu veux? Ben, voilà. Ben, et voilà. Marc, ben, tu veux en avoir plus? Tiens. Vous voulez m'humilier? Ben, venez-moi comme faut. Ben, tout va bien, là? Je suis assez humilié pour vous? Ben,
T'es.
ben,
T'es, toi. Tu me l'as dit, mon chum. Bon, il est ici, là. Je dormais, moi, là. Encore, attends. C'est... Tabarnouche. Nina's gorgeous, dude. Choo-choo. I could do that.
I'll talk to Johnny Frotto while I'm waiting for you real quick. Hey, Johnny, I don't have much time, but what is this? You're representing Medicaid?
I just wanted to touch base with you and tell you that Medicated Peter did a great job on that movie, Dead on Arrival.
Now, when did you start representing Medicated Pete?
Well, I actually don't represent Medicated Pete, but somebody called and, they were looking for Eric, and, it was one of those things that Eric didn't want to do.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Wow,
No,
again a job that went to someone else.
Got called, and so, they already had Medicated Pete in mind anyway. So I figured, why not,
What was the role again?
Well, the role was a good role. It was a part of a guy that, it's a remake of the old movie Dead on Arrival. So Medicated Pete got love scenes with a hot girl and everything. It's pretty wild.
And what was Eric's objection to the movie?
Well, he didn't want, like somehow the guy's a killer or something, and he didn't want to be involved with being a killer.
Hold on a second. Eric, you there?
Yes, of course he is.
Uh-oh.
I didn't know you. I had no idea you were off of the
Shut up.
Already. Already.
What Johnny is saying.
Oh shit.
He never once approached me with this role.
You never said to me. I did approach you. I said, would you be...
No, you did not.
Did I ask you I mean, the one guy in the fucking Forrest Gump that had one leg. Do you think they really cut that guy's leg off to make him have one leg?
Eric, can I just say, can I jump in here listening to this? And I'm sure George Takei is the gas that does.
Oh, he's mad at George too right now. I just heard a message that he was yelling about George.
Oh, really? Why is he mad at George?
Tell him, Mary.
All I'm going to say is I have to respectfully disagree with George's opinion on the fact that I'm not an actor.
You're not, because George hit it right on
Yes,
the head.
I know.
You cannot possibly. You just lost a role to Medicated Pete because of your attitude.
Wow.
Eric, if you're serious about acting, your attitude is crazy. You're playing a character. If you play a gay, psychopathic killer, it doesn't mean you're gay or a psychopathic killer. It just means you're playing a role. All right, listen, you want a role written for you specifically, and you won't be any other character other than you. That's not acting.
I have my name in credits, a TV show. They don't fucking do that for extras. I haven't had my name on the back of DVD cases. They don't fucking do
Yeah,
that.
because I get you these roles that are tailor-made for you. Medicated Pete just took a great...
I am a fucking
Eric.
10 damn years.
What? Wait, Johnny, hold on for a second. Johnny, hold on for a second. What, Eric?
I've been acting on this damn show for 10 damn years.
Acting
This is not my real personality, you dumbasses.
Wow.
Well,
This is acting.
Then what is that? Then wait a second. Then what is the real Eric? What is the real Eric?
A nice, easy to get along with person.
Then prove it. Reveal the real Eric. I want to meet him. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we'd love to meet him.
Eric's a shit cock.
myself.
All I know is I get letters from the real Eric. Every day he sounds like you're demented.
Dedicated Pete didn't call me a motherfucker one time during this whole dump.
What?
So, Howard, you did get Eric another job because Eric got a job on a TV show on FX called Legit. That came from you.
Right.
That's a brand new, and that came from you. So
And Eric didn't want to tell us that.
Right.
taking that role, except for that the time ain't right, and we got to readjust their schedule.
Eric, so you lost a role that that Medicated Pete took, and he got to make love to a woman in it.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Because Johnny did not
Shit.
tell an hour or two
About the killers. You had to be a killer. You told me
Would you have taken Eric? Would you have taken the role seriously?
as a killer, Howard.
Would you play a killer?
Yes.
Who has to shoot a gun?
And who makes out with a woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, he says he would have. But all right, listen, guys, I can't go over this again. I mean, Eric.
I predict that Medicated Pete will be the next Norman Fell. You wait and see.
How did Medicated Pete do with the role? Because
They said he hit it out of the park.
wow.
Whoa.
And by the way, Howard, I also got Eric a sponsorship deal with Pico Solar, the people that made the solar cases for the iPhone. Solar case was
Eric, are you jealous of the success of his relationship with Johnny Prado?
On Twitter.
Whoopsies.
Job as my manager, agent, and PR person to stop that bullshit.
Is this the real Eric I'm talking to, or the actor Eric?
Mix of both.
A mix of both. All right.
Well, how the heck are we supposed to know who we're talking to?
Well, that's why he's a wonderful actor.
How do I know who I'm talking to on Twitter? There's 9 million people on Twitter. How do I know?
You can't control Twitter, Johnny.
Just because I'm a little annoyed with it, but gay meter. I just want to see if you're gay. He hits this is like a piece of wood with a buzzer on it, and he points it at people and he goes, "Oh, you are gay. You're very gay." And these guys get up and they beat the shit out of him. They go, "Oh, we are not gay."
That's funny.
Oh, I'm like,
That's funny.
Robin, this guy's insane. Because
Oh, I gotta see both of them.
it's fantastic, and I don't even know what website I was on, but they just put in gay buzzers. In fact, I'm getting a gay buzzer for our
Hey, let's send Sally Richard out with gay buzzers.
Oh, no.
They get beaten
They'll get killed. New Yorkers will just kill. In fact,
I'll be here for that one.
let me show you something. I built a gay buzzer. I'll show you how it works. It looks like a TV remote. Here, look. I'll point it at George. First, I'll point it at me. You'll see.
Okay.
It just makes this sound that shows you I'm not gay. Here, wait. Let me see. It's not working. Makes a sound that says I'm not gay. All right, let me turn it on. There we go. See?
That's a not gay sound.
That's not gay. Now watch what happens when I
And
put
it's
it on.
silent with me.
No, let me see when I put it on you what it does. It should put the gay sound.
Oh, okay, all right.
Try it on.
Try it on Benji? All right.
But just hit me, don't hit George.
Yeah, 'cause they're pretty close together.
I'll lead back.
Lean back. You're straight. Who else you want to try?
I've always
Try
looked at-
Richard. Try Richard.
Oh, I bet you is gay. Get Richard. Now,
Well, I
with
think it's
George,
gonna
you
be a-
must be very gay because there's gradations and.
It was very loud
It
for
was
you.
very loud.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But be kind of muted for
Richard, come in here. I want to point this at you. I'm not even going to tell you why. All right? Just stand there. Are you ready? Or you can stand by the mic. It's okay. It'll reach, I think. I think I know what this is going to be.
Oh, listen to that. Oh, my
The
God.
thing's smoking. I expected smoke coming out of the machine.
Hey, you know, while we're doing this, let me ask you, who can we get in here that might actually think
That thing works?
Yeah, besides George. You know,
Yeah.
George still thinks it works. Who can we get in here? Seriously, I want to do it on him right now. Like someone who would be like upset about it.
Well, they're listening right now.
They should
so
be,
Yeah, but maybe there's
flattered.
somebody around who isn't listening.
Where's Ross?
Yeah, Ross won't fall for it though.
He won't.
He actually, I think his IQ is above 89.
Well, we don't have Bobo
Although
here.
when we go to a club, I'm not sure. Who the
yeah,
hell-
Bobo would have been perfect.
Who's running around here would be offended if we found out they were gay. Like we need like,
They may be flattered.
hey, can you get Gary the retard on the phone?
Oh, it works over the phone as well?
Oh,
Yeah, it works over the phone.
Eric
Oh,
DeLucia.
so where's that? Get Eric the actor on the
Okay.
phone. Eric the actor. Hopefully he's not listening. He's probably listening.
Hey, problem. No, maybe he went back to sleep after that.
Oh yeah. All right.
You're such a prankster.
Well, I just want to see if it works. It worked on you. You're gay.
Oh, yes.
There's nothing to buy about that.
There's no question.
Hey, Rob, let me point it at you for a second. Let me see what happens. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
You're straight.
Verification, finally.
A lot of people think you're gay. You're not. Hey, Eric the actor, real quick. I've got this device here that tells you whether you're gay or not. Okay?
All right.
All right, let me point it at George, for example, and show you what happens. Okay. That means you're gay.
Now, point it at you so that we know that it does
That it works? All right.
different things, yeah.
Okay, this is at me. Hold on. That means I'm not gay.
Got it?
Eric,
Yes.
I'm pointing it at the phone. I just want to know. Are you or not? This will tell us once and for all. Here we go.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, let me test that again. That doesn't, because he's heterosexual, I thought. Go ahead. That means you're gay.
Yep.
Eric, do you have something to tell us?
I woke up for this bullshit.
Is there a man in the room with you?
No, don't fuck.
Because I'm telling you, it's going off like crazy. Eric, this thing is going off
Look
like...
at it, it's stuck.
All right. Stop it for a second here. I'll turn it off. That's what I'm just trying to figure. I said, who's the most heterosexual guy I can call? I thought it was you, and then this
say something about this? What?
I am not gay.
Alright, so you're saying this isn't accurate?
No, it's not.
You've not had a gay experience?
Not even any tendencies or...
Anything? You've never looked at a guy and said, wow, he's got a nice cock?
No, dumbass. I've never...
I just can't imagine. Wait, so let me point it at Gary. Let me make sure this thing's working right. I can't figure this out. Gary, I'll point it at you. So Gary's gay. Wow.
Shut the fuck up.
That was a weird one, too.
Yeah, Gary's married with children.
I know.
He's turning into Eric the actor.
Sick midget.
We all slip sometimes.
Eric, let me test it again. Hold on. I'll point it at the phone.
I don't know, Eric.
What do you make of this? Sure you're not into guys?
I am 100% sure.
Here, I'm pointing it at Sal. Says he's straight. Fred, let me point it at you again.
Yeah, he's in this other guy's balls and he's straight.
It says it says he's straight. Let me just I'll point it at Jason. Let me point it at George.
See, it seems to work.
Eric, let me do it one more time to the phone.
Ah,
Says you're more gay than ever.
not even a little bit straight.
Yeah. I can't even turn it off when it goes
More
to Eric.
gay than George Takei.
There it is. That's the proof.
What do you make of it? Eric, surely there's something you want to say.
That you're a dumb fuck. I'm not gay.
All right, let me test it again. One last time, because I know Eric isn't. This can't be right. Let me try it again.
Well, what's wrong with it?
He's speechless.
It seems to... Let me point it at George.
There it is.
That's correct.
Pointing it at Benji. Pointing it at
That's
Fred.
correct.
Pointing at
That's
Robin.
correct.
I'm pointing it at you. Pointing
Right,
at me.
that's correct.
All right, pointing at Eric.
It's right all these times.
There we are.
Come on, Eric.
Eric, what is this? Just help me out here. You say...
Silence of embarrassment.
What it is that dumb fuck Fred hitting the wrong or hitting the sound and you don't have bullshit.
All right, you busted me. All right,
Eric, come out of the closet.
Actually, Eric,
Talking to you.
Eric, you're right. Because look, I'm going to point it at you, and I think I can make it go straight. Watch. I guess I can. Go ahead. Come on. There, you're straight. It turns out you are. The thing was broken. I don't want to be upset.
He put you back in the closet.
All right. You must have been sitting...
You're straight.
You might have been sitting in a gay chair, made by a gay guy that probably touched it. That's probably what happened.
We think you're straight.
I know I am.
All right. We're just busting your balls.
Yeah. Go back to sleep.
Do you know Mitt Romney was going to hand out these things at his inauguration?
He would.
Yeah. Eric, we're having some fun. Can you get a fucking... Do you ever laugh at anything?
Yes, I laugh at plenty of comedy movies.
Have you ever laughed at anything?
Yes.
Yes. So go on.
You just haven't ever.
T'as pas commencé, tu peux se réveiller, là, bas.
Ils vont fermer ta gueule, de l'autre, tu leur parles un peu pas comme ça, ce genre-là. C'est des débiles, des fous.
Oh, that makes us feel better.
Go back to Eric. You're not...
On va faire la pause de l'hospital, ça se voit. Garantie à la
There you go. You're straight.
Là, je vais rester avec nous autres. Tu comprends?
Non, non, gros, moi, je te dis, j'ai des femmes qui veulent dans
Sweet
la
dreams.
fête.
Bob
Je te le
Burrows.
dis, mais reste
All
ici.
right. Goodbye, Eric.
Hein?
Robin, it's time for...
That's enough for now. I'll sleep a little bit. Ugh. I'll sleep a little bit, guys. Your boy's tired. And I have to wake up in like 6 hours. So, this is possibly it for me tonight. Possibly.